It's a Miserable Metal Mind podcast. Yay! It's episode number 4 of the Miserable Metal Mind podcast. This is a podcast where myself, Thrash Tash Bolton, and Paul the Machine Hutchins try to cheer up Simon the Miserable with recent metal music. You can find us on Spotify, and you can hear the music we have chosen being played if you are a subscriber, and a small snippet of the tunes if you are not a subscriber. We're on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and a few other platforms, all with just the talking, if that's just your thing. Occasionally, we have a guest assisting us in educating Simon. And this time, I am very grateful to announce this is one of those occasions. This time, we are joined by a singer, frontman, described by his bandmates as hentch, causing me to learn a new word. And I now know it means strong with well-developed muscles and not the handsome ginger dwarf that the band led me to believe. This is a man I recently witnessed standing on a table, shouting at a queue at a silent disco like a drunk shouting at pigeons, although I did coerce him into doing this. From one of the most exciting underground bands, blistering live shows, sticky riffs, a band that have a new EP around the corner. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's Mr. Ben Pointer from the mighty Imperium.
Hey.
Yay!
How we doing?
Hi, pal.
Thanks for having me on, man.
You're very, very welcome. Right. So, first section, gigs, tunes, and general nonsense. What have we been up to? Simon, you've been on holiday, haven't you?
Yes, been to the lovely island of Tenerife for 9 days in the sun, 32 degrees, poolside, loved it.
Nice.
A bit of running out there, a bit of swimming out there, because that never stops.
No.
And then, done a 10k when I came back, Wigan 10k. And then, pretty much that's all I've been doing, looking after kids. Well, it's been summer holidays. And, not much else really, as usual. Totally boring, totally miserable.
You did go and see Limp Bizkit, didn't you?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I did see Limp Bizkit. That's how good they were. We went to, I can't remember what the place is called, but it's a new place in Halifax. I believe they've just done it up, and I can't remember the name of it, which is really poor. But Limp Bizkit were good. The sound wasn't brilliant. The sound seemed to bounce off the walls because it's like in like a courtyard in Halifax. Apparently they filmed parts of Secret Invasion, that recent Marvel thing. Obviously some other BBC dramas and stuff like that. If it's miserable and northern, I think it's been filmed in that part of Halifax at the minute as well.
Was it outdoor?
Yes, yeah, but it's like it's open. Obviously, there's no roof, but there's a courtyard. It's in a courtyard. It's a good place to have a gig. Right. I just don't think the sound was fantastic, personally.
Sounds pretty cool.
And they played all the hits. So apart from Faith, which I know is not their hit to play, but apart from that, they played everything you want them to play. Lots of people there with red hats on.
Was it really?
Yeah. So it was good. I've never seen them before, so it's another one ticked off the list.
What? That very small list that you got?
Yeah, very small. Yeah, I think there's only Alice Cooper left on it, and he's always touring. He's not dead yet, so I've got a chance to complete the list. Once I've done Alice Cooper, I feel like I've completed heavy metal then.
I think you can say that before because Alice Cooper's not heavy metal. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan. I've seen him 9 times, so I'm a fan. But you can't call him metal.
Oh, why not?
Because he's not metal.
What? Why not? Hard rock.
Hard rock.
Hard rock, yeah.
What's the fucking difference? He's in a band with fucking loud guitars with distortion. Surely that gets to metal.
Simon, don't be pathetic.
Raise Your Fist and Yell. Raise Your Fist and Yell is a metal album.
No,
if it was like a... What?
Yes, it is. It's not hard rock.
What if it was a subgenre of metal? Rock metal? Or metal
I'll
rock?
let you have that.
No, it's not a core. Yeah. It's just metal rock.
It's not a core. It's certainly not post either. No,
just guitar music. How about that?
Hey, you can
That's
like
about
it.
the best.
Ultimately, that's what it all is, isn't it?
Ultimately, apart from Paul's choice, but. Well, Ben, I know you've obviously been doing some production. Sorry, go on.
We're not doing that Polish band again, are we?
You can't even remember the name, can you?
No, I can't actually. What were they called?
Riverside.
River. I nearly said Brightside, but there's no fucking Brightside with that band.
Oh man, I am
Christ,
shitting
I
myself.
can't wait for
here.
tonight.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah. Other than that, and then the orange box you asked about.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, is that about another bike?
No, it's for my bike. It's for my bike. So to be really boring and just pipe on one more minute about running, that's for doing Ironman Barcelona beginning of October, and that's to pack my bike and take my bike over there. So the next time we speak, fingers crossed, touch wood, I'll be a 3-time Ironman. Not a champion, clearly, because I'm not good enough for that.
That's serious. Serious.
Yeah, definitely. Drove all the way to Rotherham for it.
If you had have started riding, you would have already been halfway through the competition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have got there and back in 4 hours. I just can't carry that on the bike, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's where you're slacking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's defeatist, Paul.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, never use the word can't.
Ironman's a big thing, though, man. To do 3 of them is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, it'd be 2 this year.
Fair.
Don't want to try and blow me bubble even more, like, you know. But it'll be 2 within 12 weeks. So
Wow.
yeah, 2 within 12 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly
Fair
12
play.
weeks from Ironman UK to Barcelona.
Fair enough, mate.
So, which is
That's
why
good.
I'm late to thingy, because I've had to do a session and then have my tea. Literally throw my tea down my throat.
I haven't even eaten it.
Am I right in saying so you can't actually listen to music as you're doing your Ironman, can you? So you wouldn't do that?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, you've
That's
got
the
to do
only
it.
thing I'd want to do whilst doing all that is listen to music, at least.
Yeah, well, it certainly helps. If you're doing like just normal runs, if you go and do a marathon, a 10K, a half marathon, they don't mind you really wearing headphones for music. But with swimming and biking and all that, they've got rules and headphones and cameras and all that type of stuff. You can't have them.
Fair enough.
So
Extra weight.
well, this is it. You're not aero with them on.
You won't wear headphones anyway. You look at you.
Yeah.
They're broke.
So,
I can't make them look.
Yep.
Ben, come on, tell us about your EP, pal.
EP. Oh well.
Yeah, go on.
We just we just started. We finished our last gig we were doing before the EP show was this weekend, London Metal Coalition Festival, which was wicked. Sold out show with Red Method headlining. And then that just sort of give us a clear path now to release an EP. So just tons and tons of promotion, just pushing it as much as we can. With PR and ourselves and stuff like that. But it's a slog. It's one of them ones where you get to the point, get so close to it and it gets so busy. You just can't wait for it to finish and be out there. So you can sort of go, right, it's simpler now. Just talk about it. But it never stops, but Jesus.
I didn't realise we were ruining your life.
No. No, exactly, yeah. No, I love it. It's fucking cool, but it's massively, it takes over, and as you can imagine. But it's cool. It's good. You ride the wave, right?
Indeed.
As I fall asleep.
Are you still working as well, Ben? Or is the band the full-time job now?
Oh, no, we're all still working. We're not at that stage by far, unfortunately. That's the state of the music industry, I think. But no, I think it's one of them ones where we've got 4 songs out. We're bringing another 4 songs out, but we're hoping for quality over quantity of what we do, and put more money into the production and stuff like that. So we're not going for a fast approach to this. We're doing it very much the slow way around, if there are ways around to do it. But it's just comfortable for us because we can save up, make money from gigs, make money from merch, put it all into the music and promotion, and getting to and from gigs and stuff like that. So it's kind of, and with our Patreon now as well, that's very, very helpful. Just getting us about.
I bet my £3 really helps, didn't it?
Mate, it fucking does. Honest to God, it does. Because when that
have you got a lot of people?
We got 20.
You got a lot of people signed up to Patreon.
Yeah, there's 29 people signed up to Patreon, and some of them are paying up to 15 quid, I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it's unbelievable how helpful that is. And obviously, there's some benefits, and as we get better at Patreon, it will get better for them people as well. We do realise it's pretty poor at the moment, but we're getting to what we can. But yeah, that's huge help for us. So we're kind of covering ourselves in a way with the band, and obviously we put a monthly investment into the band every month, all 5 of us. So it's going all right. It's good. We're just, with this EP, we hope to just get to that next level at least, and then we can keep doing what we're doing happily at our own speed.
Yeah, awesome.
Which is cool. But yeah, loads going on this month though. New merch, new because we obviously got the new logo design, so that's coming out with the album merchandise as well. So yeah, it's all going 100 mile an hour.
Good.
But yeah,
very nice. So I'm a bit hesitant in saying this, Paul, but what have you been up to? Because you don't do much, do you?
No, I've done nothing.
Just sweating.
I mean, I suppose it was only sweating last night. There was only that gig last night, Trivium last night, which was pretty intensely hot. Talking of patrons, I went to the Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons Patreon listening party a couple of weeks ago.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which was excellent. So there were about 30 of us there, I would say.
No way.
Maybe 35. People had flown in from Switzerland, down from Scotland. Guy had come from Australia for it.
That's so cool.
They played the whole album back to front to back, and then they filmed the video for the new single, In Fuel, so we're all on that in the crowd jumping around.
That is wicked.
So
I love that. That's such a cool idea.
That was pretty amazing.
That's your next Patreon thing.
Well, we have got
saying
that, we have got with Gibson, with Gibson coming on board with us, they have mentioned that we can do something like that in their head office. They're just rebuilding it at the moment. But when they finished messing around with their HQ, it might be something that we definitely get all of our patrons and stuff like that to come and do a little show there, even if it's a single or something like that. It's a pretty cool thing to offer. So that's on the cards.
Yeah, that was really good in terms of the actual value for the subscription that you pay.
Yeah.
So it's been Phil Campbell all month. I've interviewed Phil. I did the review for the album. I saw them open for Hawkwind on Bank Holiday Monday. You know,
Stone Dead,
Simon. Yeah, shot at Stone Dead. I mean, we shot at Bloodstock since we've last been on. So yeah, it's just gig after gig after gig. It's not stopping. But
no.
And I got the Phil Campbell album launch on Thursday, so it's been Phil Campbell all the way.
That's why they call you the Machine.
The Machine.
Have you made his tea and breakfast and got him out of bed and woke him up in the morning?
I might as well have, honestly.
Well, I've been.
What about you, Neil?
Well, I've still been listening to the Monster Shot podcast as I'm driving around because, like I said before, a radio station that plays 2 hours worth of music is very helpful. We might get to them a little bit later on. I've been listening to that new Aaron album quite a bit. That's very good, isn't it? sorted out digs for the Riffulation Festival in Manchester. It's more expensive to get a hotel in Manchester than it is in London at the moment.
Yeah, it is. I thought
Yeah.
that even last year.
Yeah,
Some serious cabbage in a hotel up there.
yeah. But we've sorted an apartment actually, so we're going to rough it in a kind of a student thing, we think, and it looks a bit ropey, but we will see.
Hostel. Yeah, just take a lock for your bag.
Well, it's a 4-bedroom apartment. Well, it's a 3-bedroom apartment and a pull-out sofa.
Oh right, so it's not a hostel.
No, but the 60-year-old's got the pull-out sofa because he hasn't paid yet. Have you, Tony, if you're listening? So yeah, Riffulation, I'm looking forward to that. It's got 1968 on this year, Deep Shade, Ritual King, Church of the Cosmic Skull, Desert Storm, I should say. And obviously one of my favourite bands, Morass and Molasses. I've been going for years now, and I'm very much looking forward to this one again. Simon, stop shaking your head, and I'm not even looking at you, and I know you're shaking your head.
Just wait a minute. Has anybody heard of any of those bands?
Paul's heard of every single one. Ben's probably seen most of them.
Church of the Cosmic Skull, Bloodstock.
Did you watch it? I believe it was amazing.
It was something else, man. It was. I was outside getting a drink.
Not amazing, then.
I was walking past. It took me by surprise. I did feel like I was in a gospel sort of scenario. Yeah. It was definitely different. It was cool in its own way.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's me, really. Recovering from Bloodstock and ready for the next festival.
One thing you didn't mention on the last podcast, and I have had a letter of a friend of ours, a Mr. P. Booth.
Okay.
And he does say everyone was wondering, because we know how very, very important this artist is to you, Neil.
Oh,
Did you manage to get the Taylor Swift tickets?
You're such a bellend.
Did you? He's no words for it, so I think that probably annoys. Probably he's so upset.
Well, I'm actually thinking if I deny it, nobody's going to believe me. And if I agree, people will believe me. So I'm just going to keep quiet.
We'll just wait for the pictures then.
That does explain something. I tried to get obituary tickets this morning at Manchester, and it has sold out. So maybe I was clicking on the wrong button.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's just your inner self going, don't watch them. Don't watch them.
No. That's my inner self. So why did you not get tickets earlier? Say that again?
I said you left
I did
that
leave
late.
I did leave it late, and I've missed it, I believe. So never mind.
No one is surprised as obituary. Bloody hell, people can't get tickets.
Most of the tour is sold out.
What venue was it? The Dog and Dog? That'd be a big one.
Here we go. I played Manchester Academy.
I bet he's played Dog and Duck more times than Manchester Academy.
Fucking right, I have. Fucking.
Warning. Please take all negative comments in the tongue-in-cheek manner they are intended. Basically, don't be a dick.
Right, bring us in, Neil. Bring us in. Rein us back on.
Right, let's go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, strap on your white high tops, your sleeveless t-shirts, and your tight black jeans. And let me introduce Tailgunner and their debut album, Guns for Hire. It's a brilliant slice, in my opinion, of British metal in the same vein as Maiden and Priest, dual guitars with an intoxicating sound combined with high, clean vocals. There's quite a bit of Halloween in there, bit of speed metal in the early days of Halloween anyway. It's just loads of old school goodness for me. Formed in 2018 in London. This is their first album, and they are getting quite a bit of traction and attention. You could say that there's no wheels being reinvented, there's no envelopes being pushed, but you could also say this is bloody good trad metal. It's awesome. I was hoping to catch him on the tour. I know Paul's going to go, but I'm away, so I can't make it. So I bring to you the track Crash Dive. Okay, what do we think, people? Paul, what have you got?
Well, I reviewed this from Moshville Times a few weeks ago. I think you've summed it up in that there's no wheel being reinvented whatsoever. It's a perfectly listenable album. I enjoyed it. I think my opening line in my review was, if you like your metal rooted in the classic style of Maiden, Halloween, Gamma Ray, then it's almost a given that you'll love this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I finished it with the quote from their singer, I think, says, I want people to feel empowered when they hear our music. And my final comment on the review was, whether you are sufficiently empowered to take on the world is another debate, but there's no doubt Tailgunner's brand of metal works on every level. No ballads or filler, 10 tracks of pure heavy metal that should please all but the fussiest of metal fans.
Metal!
Is it nice now when he writes his reviews with you in mind?
So yeah, I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing them. They've got a great bill in Cardiff. They've got friends of mine in Rights to Ruin, and they've got a thrash band from Neath called Madicide on there as well. So it should be a good night.
Well, Ben, what was your thoughts on it?
I liked it, man. They've come out of nowhere for me and just ran, and it's cool to see a band do that. I'm not a massive fan of the 80s style thrash. I'd like to see other elements in there as well, which would have made that a bit more, for me, go-to. But it was sick. I did enjoy it, and I do like that style of tunes that they were doing. I'm just not the biggest fan of just 80s stuff now. Like if I was genuinely gonna go for 80s thrash as a genre that I was gonna listen to for the day, I'd just go to the 80s and bring it back a little bit, I think. But
right.
I really enjoyed it. Just don't know if I'm gonna keep listening to it.
Right. I am dreading this, but because in the past I have done albums. I've picked albums that I know Simon's not interested in, but I had a sneaky maybe. I've got a maybe on this one. So here we go. What do you think? Well, come on.
Hang on, I've got a phone call. Hang on, let me see who it is. Oh yeah, it's 2023. What is that? 1980? You want your music back? You can't have it apparently.
Oh my god!
I honestly thought I might like this, but a lot like what Ben just said. If I want 80s thrash/metal, I'll listen to 80s thrash/metal. It doesn't mean they're bad. It was nice that it was an album without some fucking 13-minute songs on it like we've had for the last two podcasts. Although the last one is 8 minutes. And I did bang my head on the steering wheel at that point, but it passed fairly quickly. I mean, it's just all right. It's not special. It's not particularly, like you say, yeah, it's not groundbreaking or anything like that. I just don't get this thing at the minute where everything's got to be back to the 80s. Everything.
It's not everything. It's not everything.
You've literally just
it's just
said
Stranger Things.
In your intro
in this band.
Yeah, and I don't like Stranger Things. I think it's fucking pointless.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
God.
So, but back to the music before we get sidetracked onto that. Is in your intro, you've literally said classic Maiden, Halloween, and whoever else you said. I weren't really listening because you but like I said, it's not terrible. It's just not very, for me, very good. It's mid range. They're just a mid range metal band, and for me that was it. Every song at the end of it, every song just sounded familiar and the same.
The thing is,
It
they're
does sound
so
familiar.
talented.
Yeah,
They are talented.
They're so talented, and people
At least
obviously
listen,
fucking
there's
love it.
guitar solos.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're wicked. They're like great. Just why
Yeah,
pigeon? Why
musically, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
My question is like, why pigeonhole yourself so much?
Yeah.
But why not? If that's the
suppose,
music that you want to play,
Fair.
all four of us want to listen to a band that is being honest, and if that's
True.
what they want to do, then
I'm with you.
that's what it should be, in my opinion.
How
that's
are
fair.
they being honest? Because when it's just let's sound like that, why not just plug in
Because they
and
want
play? What comes out comes out. But I don't think they've done that. Have they not just? Have they
No.
clearly gone? We want our sound to sound like that mid to late 80s sound. That's purposefully done, isn't it? They've gone out to purposely sound like that, look like that.
Yeah, but they've not done that to make money. They've not sat there. Well, I don't. I could be being naive.
Neil and Ben will attest to this. They're in a band.
It won't, because we'll edit it out, so it won't.
You know what I mean?
I think
they want to make money. That's the whole point of doing it. Yes, you do it for fun, you do it for love, you do it for that. But ultimately, there's an end game. Every band's the same. If you're playing original music, every band is the same. You want to get to a certain level where you don't have to get up and go and work for a living. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
There's very few bands that get there now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But it starts as a hobby and it turns into something else because that's what you want.
The thing is, I'd love to know what if they were in bands before. Because there's and just to see what they were doing beforehand, and then this become a side.
They were in bands before.
Were they? Yeah.
Yeah, Craig Carnes he did a stint in Reign of Fury. He was in Titan Blood. He was in Midnight Prophecy.
Sick.
So a few of them have been around.
Cool, man. Yeah, so they've definitely. That's the thing, isn't it? They've got to the points of some bands and gone right. Done that. What can we do now? What do we want to do? They've asked themselves what they want to do with a lot of experience in playing music before, and then gone fucking right. Let's just do an 80s thing and absolutely hammered at it. And they haven't let up anything for that. You could put that band in the 80s and it would be as they were. They dress it, they look it, they are it, they play it. It's the whole thing. If you dig that, that's the band for you right there. I dig it. Yeah, I dig it. That's it.
But is there any song in that though where you think that's a song I'm going to go away and I'm going to be singing and singing and singing? Whereas if you are
genuinely, hand on heart, genuinely, I've been singing quite a few of those tracks. Hand on heart, honestly, yes, I have.
I'm trying to get.
We all know your heart is in your ass.
I'm going to have to change this to the Nasty Bastard podcast.
only to you, nasty to me.
See if that'll fit on.
But at least,
at least
they've only got one name. There's not more than one word in this name, so there's another bonus.
Listen, positives are they're all good musicians. They're all good musicians. They've got one name. You can probably shout it at a gig, so we're fine on that. And they've got guitar solos. I mean, they are ticking boxes.
You've got what you wanted, and you're still not happy.
Exactly.
I'm fucked. I'm terrified. I'm going to leave when you do mine. I'm not going to...
It's all right, Ben. It's only the singing I've got to criticise on your own.
Oh, fuck. I'm out.
Right, well, talking of I'm out, do you want to introduce yours then, Paul?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
So I picked Fearless in Love by Australian progressive band Voyager. The track I picked was Twisted, which we'll play now. So this is a band that I first came across in 2017 with their album Ghost Smile, but they've been going since 1999, so they're not a new band. This is their Fearless in Love is their 8th album. I saw them live, Bloodstock 2018 in the Sophie Tent. and was enthralled by them. Thought they were brilliant. Huge amounts of charisma when they play live. Really interesting sound. Then I saw him again last year supporting Vola in Bristol. And this is an album that I think you'll probably all hate because there are huge elements of pop in it. It certainly is not a metal album in any sense of the word in terms of the description. I think it would rival Alice Cooper for metal awards in terms of the distinction that we need to make. But for me, there is so much going on in this album that actually that's what makes it so interesting for me. The fact that there's not one style. If you think about Tailgunner, this is about as far removed from Tailgunner as you can get. The fact that they were in Eurovision with Promise,
holy shit, were they?
has probably distracted from the fact that I think they're just a really fine and interesting band. Yeah, they came 9th.
No way.
And they've got a UK tour coming up in October, and they've sold every date out so far.
There you go, Simon.
So, yeah. So for me, it's I love a bit of prog. I think the combination of the sum of the parts is what makes it for me. There is lots going on in every song, and it's certainly not sitting in one genre. There you go.
Right.
Bring it on, Simon.
I was checking. So I got a lot to say about this one because I started off and I was like, when it first started, I honestly thought you were like taking the piss, and I was like, what the fuck? This guy, it's like, it sounds like a TV's children's presenter, this bloke. And then I was like, I can't get my head around it. And then I stopped myself and I was like, well, you're not listening to metal, you're listening to like dance music with metal in it. And it was like metal dance tunes. And I was like, actually, I started coming around to it quite a lot because I'm not opposed to different styles of music in any way, but I come at it like, right, heavy metal, this isn't heavy metal, so I've instantly got to go against it. But then I started listening to it, and I think one of their songs, I was just looking for it there. For some reason, didn't put it in my fucking notes, but I think it was either Dreamer or Ultraviolet. I think it was Ultraviolet with that Sam Harmanis. That song's fucking great. It's almost like, right, going down the list of tunes, they started for me with that Ultraviolet song or Dreamer, actually embracing the dance of it all. Like you could easily lose yourself to that if you were going out or you just like that, you're driving or something like that. I thought that was really cool. And then he done these screamy bits that come out of nowhere, and I was like, fuck, man, there's a lot of elements to this band, and I was close to writing them off because of the beginning part of the album, didn't get with it, and then as it went through, I was like, shit, man, this is really fucking interesting. So yeah, it was weird, but that Submarine song, I'm not digging. Absolutely not. I'm not having that.
I'm not having it.
Sort of stuff. But yeah, I really did enjoy quite a bit. I was working at the same time as well, so that's obviously,
yeah.
It's definitely I can't sit down and listen to it, but I can do something to it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to jump in on this before Simon does, and I hated it.
Holy shit!
So much so, Paul, I started to judge you as a different person. What have you done? It's just not. And then you know what was even worse? I started to feel sorry for Simon. Because I started to think, is this what Simon goes through when I pick one of the Extreme albums? And he genuinely listens to it, and he does go through it. And I sat through that. It's happening now. I could not get to grips with anything. I listened to it and I thought, there's no guitars, there's no nothing. There is, but they're not. It's a guitar sound, but there's not. I just, no, next.
That was cold-blooded, man. Fair play.
I'll take that any day of the week if I can annoy you. Come on in, Simon. Bring it on.
Here we go.
Well, I'm glad you didn't like it, Neil, because if you were going to say I like this album, I was going to fucking tear you a new arsehole.
I'm glad I went before you. Now. I'm glad I went before you.
Every song sounds not doesn't sound the same. That's wrong. Every song starts the same. Starts with keyboards, little bit of a kick drum, singing comes in, and then they think, "Oh shit, we've got some guitars. We better turn them on."
Yeah.
But the guitars, for me, like Ben said, you don't know how to take this album. To be honest with you.
Oh, sorry. Let's go again.
The dance part is dancey, but the guitar part is probably just too heavy on the wrong side.
Is it?
That's what I was saying.
It is to react to the keyboards and the dancey side. If the guitars were a little bit, if they met a bit more in the middle, you know, you might have something good, or you might have something like what was it? Brightside, whatever they're called. What they're called?
Riverside.
But you might end up with something like that.
Your point. That's exactly why I thought that song, Dreamer or Voyager, that's their best one because they accepted it.
Yeah, and the band that they reminded me of most, and this is why I would have torn Neil a new arsehole, is 30 Seconds from Mars. That's who they remind me of. Particularly the first 2 or 3 albums. I mean, they've gone forget guitars altogether. They've gone the totally opposite side of that. But the first 2 or 3 albums of theirs is very much like this. You've got the keyboards, the dancey, the poppy songs, but then the guitars and the drums are actually quite heavy on some of their songs and albums. So I'm really indifferent about this. Again, the middle of the road, it's nothing special, but it's nothing to love, but it's also nothing to hate. Because there is. There is for the serious heavy metalers out there.
Paul's more serious than me, so that's not fair.
Those who have a bit of a sense of humour, like the other 3 people here, then we probably, can take it or leave it. But yeah, like I said, it feels like there's 2 bands there, and the singer used to be in both bands, and then he's gone to the metal band and gone, "Oh, I can't break up with the keyboardist," and he goes to the keyboards, and they're going, "Oh, come on, let's do all the dance stuff," and they're going, "Oh, I really like the heavy metal guys. They're a good laugh, because like we all are in metal bands, aren't we, Ben?" And then they're going, "Oh, well, why don't we just all meet up?" And then he's gone to around to the metal guys and gone, "Listen, just help me mate out, yeah. I can't leave him out, but he's a keyboardist." And they all probably went, "Fucking keyboards. He's going to try and take over every gig." I bet at some gigs that keyboard player is louder than everybody else on the fucking stage.
The keyboard player is the vocalist, so that fucks you right up the ass.
And that's what you get for not looking up a band.
Right, Ben. So it's time.
Polish this up for your Patreon night,
So Ben, it's time for your choice, and you did decide to bring your own band Imperium to the table.
I know.
Bring us in, pal. Give us an intro.
All right. Well, I'm shitting myself, to be honest. It's I don't know whether this was. It might look bold and egotistical, but I genuinely want to see what Simon's got to say. But and the rest of you guys, obviously. But yeah, it's a new EP coming out on the 23rd of September, called When Kings Meet. It's a 4-track EP. The CD physical version will have 2 live songs from Bloodstock 2022 on it. And yeah, there's a whole load of heavy metal in it, mixed with thrash, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, have enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've been through it, so we will play. I think Ben asked for Iron Thunder.
Yep.
So, ready for the track? I will go for you, Paul. Give us your thoughts on Imperium When Kings Meet.
It's fucking terrible. It is another great EP. There's the thing is for me, obviously the songs on there I already knew, so I've heard them before. I'm not sure about Desperate Screams. Have you played that live before, Ben?
Not a lot of times, no.
I was going to ask that because I felt familiar, but I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
that was the one that for me there was a mix of Evil, Zentrix. It was more of a UK thrash, and I like the kind of Anthrax chug in the middle of it as well, which kind of gave it a nice breakdown.
Yeah, man.
But I'm familiar with When Kings Meet. It was at Bloodstock last year. Iron Thunder I've reviewed. I've done this review for Brandy, so he's got it. Capable of Murder is just a banger. That is one of your live staples, and I've seen Mr. Bolton running around like a lunatic with his mini camera up in the air and stuff like that. The only thing that I struggled with, and that's probably because I'm working on a different copy to the other guys, is that the mix on the live stuff.
Yes.
And the first version I had was I think the words I used in the review was it sounded like it had been recorded in a Portaloo in Midgard.
I don't know,
but I think it's been improved. The second set that Branny gave me was certainly a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a patron. I'm a fan. I got no words other than to say I love it because I'm coming down to bloody Kingston in 3 weeks for the EP launch, aren't I? So.
Oh yeah, you legend. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun show, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
But no, we did get the masters. I did get the live tracks mastered because your comment, and another person also said like the levels are so different from the actual thing. It was like, okay, fuck, I better get them mastered. But they're not ripped from the desk straight away. They're from the video.
But
see, I was going to ask that because I think the same as Paul. It is a bit of a disappointment after the stellar tracks before it. I agree with Paul completely. Loved every track. Love every track you've done in the past. Love you live. Obviously, that's one of the reasons why we wanted you on here, to be honest, because me and Paul are fans. T-shirt wearing, signed up.
Cheers,
fans. Man. Yeah. Bang on. So
cheers, man. But yeah, thanks a lot.
And the artwork.
I've got that in my notes. Paul's happy with the artwork.
I know. We said that on the Patreon actually. When you said it, I was like, finally, fucking Paul likes some art. We done.
I know. I can get a T-shirt I'm proud to go out in.
The first artwork was just. It was personal.
I know it personally hurt me.
Amazing.
Personally hurt me that I parted money for that fucking T-shirt. But I always need something to garden in.
Well, there you go. That's what we done it for, you know.
Right, Paul, are you ready? Are you ready, Ben?
Nope.
Come on, Simon.
I was amazed before when you said about Tailgunner and the 80s because it reminded me of the first song I heard. I don't know if it's the first song on the EP. The guitar sound reminded me. Do you remember Annihilator?
Oh yes,
yeah. So it's like the distortion isn't. It's not super heavy, but it's also not
Voyager.
hard rock distortion. Yeah, going back to that, it is bang in the middle of that late 80s, early 90s thrash sound. That's a sweet spot, I suppose, for everybody. It's a sweet spot for everybody here, definitely.
I think we're one of the only bands that play an E.
But you can tell as well. It is a good sound. I enjoyed it. If I'm being brutally honest, don't take this the wrong way, but it's me, not you.
He said it's me, not you.
I want to see other people.
He said it's me, not you. Oh, it's going to be bad. We're breaking up. We just met.
It's just, I know. It's just not for me, unfortunately.
No, cool.
But it's not bad. It's not terrible at all. It's actually pretty good. It's just, it was just, it kind of heard it before a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Fair.
That's
Fair enough.
But listen, but the live one was a bit ropey, but I don't know which version I've got, to be honest with you. I don't know if I've got the remastered.
I don't think I shot live versions out in that set of 4 songs.
I got. You sent me 2.
Did I? Okay,
yeah,
cool. Sweet.
Yeah, and Simon's got 1. Yeah,
great. Okay, cool.
But again, though, like I said earlier, musically, your drummer's fucking ace.
Yeah,
the guitars are really good. You've got fucking guitar solos. So again, you're one up on 90% of the bands that these two have had me reviewing. Is there 2 guitarists in the band?
Who?
Is there 2 guitarists in the band
yeah.
as well?
There's 2 guitarists.
Yeah. Like I said, it was. If I were watching you live, I'd no doubt enjoy it, 100%. I'm not coming all the way down to wherever Paul's going, if I'm honest.
I can't make it. I wanted to go, but I can't make it.
Nah, don't worry about that. No, that's cool. No, thanks, mate. The thing is, that's the thing, isn't it? It's subjective music, and
of course it is.
That's the way it is. But it's good to.
You've got good energy. It's not dull. It's not fucking boring. So it's just not for me.
Cool.
There you go, Ben. You got a sticker there. You got a sticker. It's not fucking boring.
It's not fucking boring. Just not for me. But no, that's better than I thought it would come out as. So cheers, guys. I bet it's quite. To be fair, I bet it's quite hard saying it when I'm here. I'd love to know what the fuck you're saying when I'm not in the room.
I don't think it changes with Simon.
I promise you. I promise you, it doesn't.
But no, it's cool to just have you hear it.
There's no point blowing smoke up your asses and saying,
nah, I wouldn't want that. That would make me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yeah,
no.
I mean, again, well, like I said, if you were playing live, I wouldn't walk away like Brightside or whatever the call.
I'd probably come and get you.
He's doing that on purpose now.
Nah, cool. Great.
Play something we know.
Right, there we go. So come on, miserable Simon. Let's go to your classic, please.
Well, I've not gone for one of the biggest bands anyone's ever heard. Neil, can you turn your fucking phone?
Shut up! I keep forgetting.
Before you had a message come through.
It's my alarm. No, never mind.
What is that?
Nothing. It's my anti-Simon alarm.
It's his bedtime. He's getting that old. It's his bedtime. Time to take his teeth out and put them in the jar.
I'm going to come and get him as well, Ben.
After seeing that video the other day, it's time for him to put some more hair gel on. Hell gel?
You can't even insult me properly.
Hell gel, I think you'll find they sell at Bloodstock.
We're reviewing them next week.
Yeah, it's a sex lube.
Actually, brilliant.
So I've not gone for one of them, a very well-known band. I don't think so. Anyway, they only really had one decent album, as the second album was fucking crap. But this for me, I've loved it since I heard the first single. Mindfunks is the band. And obviously the album is their first album. I think it's Mindfunk and Mindfunk, isn't it? Is what it's called.
It is.
I think they are really good songwriters, particularly on this album. The songs you can sing along to. There's a fantastic ballad on the. I'm going to say on the B side then, but it's about track 7 or 8. Sister Blue. There's tons of funk in there. Good metal, good riffs. For me, it's got everything, and I've loved it since the day I heard it.
And what track you chose?
The opening track, Sugar Ain't So Sweet.
Simon, say it properly.
Well,
Sugar ain't so sweet.
that one.
Right, there we go. Ben, I'm interested in what you think first on this one.
Yeah, So I did the same thing, the same stint as when I was listening to Voyager. So I'd done Voyager first, and then I put Mindfunk on, and I liked it. To be fair, I actually really enjoyed it. It's a cool band. They if I was gonna throw a band that it really reminded me of, it was almost like if you made Red Hot Chili Peppers more heavy.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it. It's again a bit like, it's one of them bands where I heard it. I don't know if I'll go back to it, but I did enjoy listening to it. And if it come up again, I wouldn't skip. Yeah, I did enjoy it. What was my favourite song? I was going through them, and I enjoyed. Oh, that was one thing I wrote down. That is the year I was born. That album.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh my god! I saw him twice in that year.
I thought I'd throw a couple. Ride and Drive was cool as fuck. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that's a cool song, man. It's like it had a little bit element of like Caius in there as well, like a bit.
I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed them. Right up my street.
Well,
the sound was, but yeah, it's, like I said, it's one of them ones. I really enjoyed it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, am I going to go and listen to Mindfunk again? Maybe.
I bet you do.
Maybe. If I put them in a playlist and it comes on, I'll probably I wouldn't skip it. It was dope.
Well, I think Paul is quite familiar with my answer to this. This is one of my favourite albums of all time ever. Top 10.
Is it really?
Cherished, hand on heart. It was, so 1991 was my, I've been listening to metal since the 80s, but I was just gigging a lot. This band appeared. I was, similar to what you're saying, into the Chili Peppers, into Faith No More. This metal funk appeared. I absolutely loved it then. I love it now. I know it word for word. I play it often. Honestly, it is a Desert Island album for me. It is immense.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And Sister Blue makes me cry, but I might just edit that out.
No, you said it now.
But we spoke about this before, and I also know what Paul's thoughts are on this album.
Yeah, my heart sank when this came out. Because I had to sit through it in bloody when we did the Mixed Daily 4, when I think Jamie picked it, didn't he?
It was Jamie, my soul brother, on this one, and I think it was only me and Jamie liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the scores from across the board. Jamie gave it 8.95. Bolton gave it 9.6, and the highest score after that was 7.75. And then the other scores from the rest of the groups rating it were 5, 5.3, 4.9, 5.4, 4.5, 5.9, 4.8, and 7. So
I fucking love this group you lot have got.
It's astonishing.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. So I thought, oh Christ, it's got to be better if I listen to it in full, in the order it's meant to be played. Because I think one of the the challenges with doing it when you're mixing it up is you don't get it in the order, and you do it individually. Each song comes at you at different angles, different times, etc. I just find it boring.
Oh,
it's anything but.
No. This is my opinion, so my opinion is right because it's my opinion. It's not your opinion, it's my opinion. So it can't be wrong because it's my opinion. My opinion is it's boring. I've had it on 4 times to try and hook me. After the first song, nothing sticks.
So the first song does it then?
Yeah, but that was the highest rank. That was the highest song I gave on the Mixed Daily, and I gave it a 6.
Oh.
I've given it 4 goes, as I said, and I turned it off on the 4th go when I was gardening and put Voyager back on. So there you are.
in Imperium's first EP t-shirt.
Yeah, as I was cutting that hedge, I had to change it in case I cut through the cable again on the hedge trimmer. I was so angry having to listen to it again.
Tell you what, boy, you've got a big fucking garden.
I
have. I've got a fucking enormous garden. Yeah.
Honestly, so when we were going back to the daily, when we did it in the daily, and then people started to review it badly, I was really surprised. I thought it was everyone would think the same as me. You know, when you like something so much, you just think everyone's got to like this. And I was so surprised to get negative, to hear negative comments about it. And I do get it. I do understand, obviously, but honestly, and Simon takes a piss out of me for this statement. It's so important for me. That album, very, very important.
I mean, I it's one of those albums that I never want to lend someone to listen or say to someone, listen to this, because it crushes me if they don't like it.
Well, wait a minute. Well. You've done just that.
Yeah, I know.
That's literally your job here.
How can you not like it? We've had a 50-50, really. Ben liked it, and Uchi obviously doesn't. But I just don't get how you can't like it. If you like there's every type of music shoved onto that album. They are metal when you want them to be, funky when they want funk, soulful when they want to be soulful. It's fucking amazing from beginning to end.
It's amazing.
I'm with you, Neil. I think it's a fucking masterpiece. But the second album is so shit.
Yeah, I've only heard it a couple of times.
I've heard it twice, and I just can never get through it.
No.
I find
soul
that
crushing.
When I had one of my favourite bands is a band called The Sword. And
another Sword.
Yeah, I absolutely fucking love them. And they bring out an album, and it was so fucking different from the one they played before, and I just didn't get it. But then I went and saw them live, and it tied in with their old stuff so well that the next time I heard it, I was like, holy fucking shit, this is amazing. I just fell in love with that album. But I would have felt the same, honestly, to the day I died if I hadn't have seen them play live. Really weird.
I'm guessing you've not heard the second Mindfunk album, and I
didn't like it that much to go that far.
I'm quite confident to say that if you saw Mindfunk play those tracks from that album also, it wouldn't convince you. You wouldn't be going back. It's a massive. It's just completely different.
I think they might have fell foul of like a record company saying,
I'm certain that's the case.
Funk doesn't metal. The scene's moved on. We can't have this sound anymore. We need you to sound like this. They've gone and done that, and it fell flat on the face. I think it was something like that. It's such a U-turn from the first album.
Mismanaged in the first place. I mean, they got them on a support for Slayer, didn't they?
Yeah.
Come on, that's not going to work. Yeah.
You know, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Most bands are going to struggle supporting Slayer, but that's going to fail. That's set up to fail. That one, isn't it?
Of course, it is.
I've just realised how badly I've caught the sun today. That's a fucking damn. I look like a panda now.
A red panda, obviously.
Yeah. Shit. Oh well.
No, I need to quantify. I'm not offended by it. I think the problem for me is that I've got it's the same as Angel Dust. I've got no emotional attachment to it whatsoever. So I listen to it. It doesn't offend me, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. The fact I got through it 4 times, well, nearly 4 times, suggests
that's impressive.
That it wasn't as bad as.
That's impressive because I couldn't. It took me 4 times to get through Voyager once. So that's that's not. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was. But
I play Voyager about twice a week.
No,
do you really?
I can totally get that, Paul. Honestly, I totally get why you do that, because it is such a different types of thing all like put together. It's Marmite. That album is Marmite.
Oh, absolutely.
Either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't pigeonhole me as just metal only. I do not just.
Oh, you're pigeonholed. Don't you worry about that.
You're pigeonholed to 80s thrash metal bands in the 2023.
No, not so far. We've had one death metal, 2 black metal,
Yeah, I like the black
including Mr. Naughty Man from black metal.
Well, easy. Yeah.
Parade.
Let's. Yeah, I don't know. Do we know how true all this is?
I've seen some footage of him, but maybe that's not for this podcast. Maybe that's for a different
probably right, actually. Yeah, we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one.
All right, you keep your inside jokes.
Oh no!
Ben, I'm not in on it either. So you know, it must be a Facebook group that we're not part of.
We're not part of that one.
Yeah, no, it's a new story. Just look at Black Braid, Norway. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
Braid.
And also, Simon, we have definitely got a Facebook group that you're not in.
Good.
I'm not even in that one. It's just Neil.
What is your favourite band, Simon?
Oh,
or close to, not the favourite.
Changes. There's 3, and it's on a no. In fact, no one of them's come off really. It's 2. It's either Rage Against the Machine or Pearl Jam.
Really?
Yeah.
Or
I would not have expected that.
Natalie Imbruglia. Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah. Listen, she's
I'm
amazing.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
She's fucking amazing.
What is that?
Natalie Imbruglia.
It's a rash. You can get it when you cycle too much.
So, Ben, when you say you were surprised at Simon's response, what were you thinking his response would be?
I don't know. Something really good. Something like unbelievable.
I mean, my favourite band's the most innovative band of the last 30 years. There's nobody like them. There's nobody before them, and there's nobody since them. They are a one-of-a-kind band.
Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not one band. There's people that have tried to sound like them, but there was no one before, and there's no one since.
They're a fantastic band. There's a fair few that have tried to attempt it.
There is, and some are decent, you know, but I mean, longevity, obviously I know they've not made an album since 2000, I think.
Yeah.
But Tom Morello alone inspired so many people after him to start doing different things with the guitar. Yeah. You know, he is an innovator of the guitar. There was no one doing stuff what he did before. People have tried to do what he then brought to the table, you know, and I genuinely think he goes in the ranks of people like your guitarists always get talked about, your Jimi Hendrixes, your Jimmy Pages, and legends. For me, he is up there with them. 100%.
He's not dead yet. That's why, I guess.
Well, thank God, because he's done some other bands since. I mean, as time's got on, like all bands we all like, Maiden, Metallica, they all start sounding the same. Anything they bring out new tends to have a flavour of the old stuff, a bit of something new. And he does try new stuff. If you listen to Atlas Underground, then he is trying new stuff, but he also keeps a bit of the Rage feel in his guitar playing as well. Like, you know, he's fucking amazing. I love him.
I'm sorry, Ben. I meant to message you and say don't mention Rage Against the Machine because it goes on.
I was wondering how long we were here for then.
Yeah,
I'm joking. No, he's cool. He's got his own thing going, and it's impressive. I do like Rage Against the Machines. My missus hates them.
Oh well.
All the more reason to love them more.
Nah, fair.
So, any emails, Simon?
I've not got emails, but I have got a complaint.
Okay.
Ooh.
And my complaint is about live music. And in particular, old bands playing hits and crowds, how the crowds now react. I could not fucking stand crowds singing riffs. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yay!
I cannot fucking stand. What are you doing? Cheer. Start a fucking mosh pit. Don't stand there and go. No, mate, I know what the fucking song goes like. Shut your fucking
What
mouth.
the fuck?
Fucking 20,000 people singing the riff. He's up there playing it. He doesn't have, we don't need you fucking going duh, 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 duh.
But Simon, he's up there singing it, and people
No.
sing it. So is that okay?
He's not singing it, is he? He's playing it.
No, but so when you get
You paid money to watch the band go and play the fucking song. Sing the chorus.
you're having to do it me. I'm a riff singer.
I know that. I've been next to you when you've done it. It's embarrassing. Stop it. This is a public service announcement. Everybody, stop it. If you go watch Metallica, and I think this is where it fucking started, and they've got a lot to blame. James Hetfield should have come out and said, "Can you stop doing that, please? It puts us off, and it's fucking terrible. It sounds awful on stage." Master of Puppets, do 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 do. The crowd are doing that. What? Shut up, please. Listen to the band.
Okay, right. So, but if we're going to expand on that argument, when he's
Not an
doing the
argument.
vocals,
It's not an argument.
it is. Trust me, we're having an argument. If he gets to the vocals and he starts to sing, and the audience sings along, is that acceptable?
Absolutely.
So what's the difference?
That's been happening since the dawn of time.
Fair, okay, but what's the difference?
It sounds crap.
I never sound crap.
2,000 people cannot sing in unison E, F, E, F, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. They can't fucking do it. They're just going, duh, duh, it's duh, 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 duh. If everyone was pitch perfect, brilliant. It would sound great. The fact is,
No, it wouldn't. It would
You've got
still sound
20,000 people going, duh, 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 duh. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish.
Oh, God, I'm agreeing with you again.
Yeah. I am. I don't think.
Thank you, Paul.
I don't think.
I'll give you two exact examples. You've got the Trooper by Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
and you've got the intro to Fear of the Fucking Dark. And if I ever hear that again with 20,000 people going no 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 no, then I would want my money back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said.
I'm with you.
We need to.
Do you know what? That Voyager, I fucking love it.
I'm on my own. It's great. I love it. And
It is great.
I'm going to carry on doing it.
Isn't
And
it? Everybody stop it. If you're in a crowd and you see someone do it, just turn around and just go, "Please, can you shut up?"
No.
I paid money. I paid money to watch James Hetfield. I've not paid money to hear Dave from Wakefield. Or, whatever he wants to fucking do.
Although I will give the one caveat to this, which is if you listen to Rush in Rio, which none of you will do,
No.
the entire crowd sing along to YYZ, which is an instrumental.
Weird.
And that is mental because I think it was the first time Rush had played in South America ever. And there's 60,000 people singing along to it. But I think you can excuse these South Americans because
Why? So why is it? Why is
Well,
it okay for
well, hang
some
on.
of the others?
Just wait a minute. The problem we've got there, Paul said it straight away, instrumental. Bands need to stop doing fucking instrumentals.
No.
Please don't tell me Imperium doing instrumental now.
We haven't yet. No.
Right, don't.
Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'll just.
Then what would you do?
I might just go
What
and
would
get
you
a
do?
drink or something. In fact, it might be.
Yeah.
you could sing along with it, Ben.
Yeah, I might join the crowd. I love it. There's always room for singing, apparently.
Yeah.
No.
You just have to be pitch perfect. As long as you can hit the notes that the guitars are doing, then you're all right, I think.
But going back to my original argument, those people that are not pitch perfect for the riff that they're singing along to are not going to be pitch perfect when they're singing along to the vocals. But you're still saying that's all right.
Right, listen to me, right?
I'm listening, Simon.
You said last time when we recorded, right? You said bands should behave in a certain way because people have paid good money to watch that artist and hear the songs that they enjoy. Correct or not correct? I don't mean to turn your words against you here, Neil, but I've paid £50 to £100 to watch a certain band, yeah, I want to watch that band and I want to hear a certain guitar solo. I don't want to fucking hear Dave from Wakefield, yeah, do the guitar solo for me.
What I think is there's a place to stand where you don't get that interference from other people, and it isn't right at the back.
Bar.
So you got to either go to the bar, or get closer.
Or stay at home and listen to the album.
Yeah,
because that's what you truly want. That perfect listening experience. Stay at home and listen to the album.
Because when Iron Maiden played at Download, they did that exact thing with a Trooper, and I remember looking up and being like, I can't fucking hear the song. Yeah. But it didn't matter because everyone was engaged, so I didn't give that much of a shit. But I was like, I can't hear it. There's so many people doing that intro.
But that's part of the live experience. But I suppose it's part of the live experience for some of us, obviously, not all of us. Yeah.
But, I wasn't bothered.
So you didn't go on a podcast morning about it? Well, I've got one from the Monster Shot podcast, Simon.
Have you?
Yes. About your devilment with Captain Bland.
Oh, yeah. My old friend.
Your old friend, yes. And how can you distinguish between him and Chris Martin from Coldplay? When Dave Grohl's done Probot and so many other good things.
I liked Probot.
Well,
I liked Probot. I think Simon liked Probot.
Never heard of him.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think the one he done with Lemmy is one of my favourite songs of that.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking incredible. Yeah, man.
Shake Blood.
Sick.
I think Paul's pulling out the LP.
If I could get it out of the CD. There we go.
And
yeah, man.
So what's the beef? What are they saying?
Leave him alone.
Leave Captain Bland alone. I can't. Every time I turn on social media or go on something, he's telling another boring story.
Who? Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, yeah.
Dave Grohl, Captain Bland. Oh, look, I'm so nice. I'm so nice, aren't I? Oh, fuck off. You can't be that nice 24/7. There'll be a dark side to it.
You wonder, didn't you?
Don't trust someone that kind. Someone that kind, someone that nice, someone that bland, who comes up with bland song after bland song. The minute he's run out of material, he turns around to another artist. Oh, can I play drums with you for a bit? Right. I have no idea what to sing anymore. I've done 50 songs all on the radio rock channels, and I just want to do something different. Yeah, come on. Join us for a bit. Thanks, Mr. Queens of the Stone Age. I'll go and do some drums for you.
So have you got any love for that album whatsoever? Songs for the Deaf? Is it just nothing for you at all?
What songs for the Deaf as a whole isn't that good, is it?
I love it.
Oh, that's a great
surprise,
album,
surprise. Surprise, big popular album. Neil likes it.
Oh, you stabbed me through the heart, you little fuck.
Terrible to say when you love Rage Against the Machines that much.
Exactly, thank you.
Queens of the Stone Age are nothing like Rage Against the Machine.
In popularity rise.
Yeah, I'd say.
Oh, God, fucking hell. Well, what, am I going to start liking Girls Aloud and Spice Girls now? They're as popular.
Nothing brilliant.
Spice Girls got popular. Some sick tunes.
No. Yeah, I should choose that album.
The only thing I like that he has done drum wise is he did an album with Juliette Lewis, and the drums on that album are really good. I'll give him that one. His drumming in Nirvana, I don't think is particularly fantastic. by his own words. He's actually come out and said, I've stole all the 70s funk disco music. He's on the video going, I just stole that riff off there for Smells Like Teen Spirit. He's just playing funk music.
You're allowed to do that as a drummer.
It's nothing great. Like myself, he's just a guy that hits the drums really fucking hard. And everyone thinks, yes, that's fucking ace. Because it looks like he's working hard. I got away with it for so long. I'm not the best drummer in the world anymore. Used to be. if you sweat, listen. If you're sweating, you look like you're putting a shift in. You're hitting the drums really, really hard, and people will leave you alone. But if you're a drummer like, try and think of some boring drummers who just sit there and tap on them and let the sound guy do all the things for him, and they don't like they're putting any love or feel into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that makes the band boring as well. And sometimes you can tell having an exciting drummer, that energy comes from the back and feeds the rest of the band.
So we are saying he's an exciting drummer. Is that what you're saying?
No, because his bands are shit. I'm not a massive fan of Nirvana. I don't think they're that great. I do think they're one of them bands that people only say they like because they were here. They went like that. They went like that. Kurt Cobain's not with us anymore. Shit, we better like them.
If
they'd have done 3 or 4 more albums, I guarantee everyone will go, the last 3 albums have been shit. But the first two or 3 were okay.
Well, which you say now, so
yeah. So there you go. Unlike Pearl Jam.
Oh no, very much like Pearl Jam.
Unlike Pearl Jam.
That
a different day on that one.
Indeed. So, once more, you find me in the relaxing, metaphorical, metal rocking chair, looking back and reflecting on what has just happened. Well, Ben's a cool dude, I'm sure you will agree, and many, many thanks to him for joining us in this. Please check out Imperium's music, including the EP Ben mentioned, When Kings Meet. As he said, they have a Patreon page where you can sling them a couple of quid to help support them in what they are doing. But if you like them, or any of the bands mentioned this time, check them out on social media. Check them out on music. Check them out on the streaming. Buy their albums. Go and see them live. Support it. This is what this is all about. In fact, do the same for us. Leave us a comment and I will put it in the comments collection later in the month. Do you agree with any of our opinions? Do you think singing a riff or a guitar solo at a gig is a sackable offence? As you may have heard, I enjoy it. Seems like I was on my own for this one. Let me know. I will try to set up a poll on the Spotify page. You can let us know there. We'll be attending the Riffulation Festival in Manchester on the 29th and 30th of September. If you're there, come and say hello. I will have some badges, stickers, beer mats and hopefully some plectrums. I am giving them all away. So I will go now, thanking you once more for letting us into your lives. We do appreciate it. We will be back next month.